Okay, welcome back again. So today is going to be the most transformative video I've had on Big Poppy for quite a while. So it's been like this for a while with the new, well, it was a new grill, repainted back bumper and stuff like that. So today, all three of these boxes will be added to Big Poppy. Now this one is a splash guard, which is nothing special. Somehow the one underneath got kind of ripped off when I had it about 3 inches lower than it is now, which some Kentucky roads sometimes are not the best in the world, so I had to raise it up just a little bit just to make it more drivable. Something I wouldn't have done 20 years ago, but I am a little older and comfort plays a little bit into it nowadays. So stay tuned as we make it look different again. Hopefully better. First and foremost, take the radiator cover off. By far not the hardest job, but you have to get to everything. I guess if you haven't guessed already, we're going to be putting a Chevy replacement grill back on and a new chrome bumper. You're going, why a chrome bumper? Because painted and powder coated bumpers still get rock chips, bug crap that won't come off, and I can't stand it. So I'm putting a chrome bumper on it to match the chrome grill. And I'll show you later what's the problem with repop grills versus new ones. My original new grill was damaged, cracked. The fasteners break easy. So I had to buy a repopped one that I thought was different, and I'll show you that later when we put it on. The problem with most of these aftermarket ones. So we'll go from here. So once you get that off,
this one popped out right in.
voila, you can get to the grill fasteners. And also the headlights, because unfortunately you have to take the headlights off to get the bumper off and to get these side bumper covers off, which, trust me, these things are flimsy. The way they mount is kind of flimsy, so be very careful taking these off because you can damage them where they won't go back on again. So that's the most important thing. But you don't really have to take the headlights out to take the grill off. It's kind of made that way, but you can kind of loosen them up sometimes and take them off. But we do have to take them off because we're taking the bumper off. Okay, here's the clips I was talking about. You have to be very careful with. Only because the parts of the grill are very fragile because they're not real thick. Basically, a pair of pliers like these help because you can get in like this and squeeze the centerpiece in and just pop it out, which will also allow you to reuse these. You can usually use them. This is probably about the 5th time it's been out, so I can reuse them again. I did buy new ones on Amazon just in case, because sometimes these break off. So, and this is a generic grill, so I wasn't for sure. With the break off in there, you virtually have to destroy the clip to get the piece of the grill out of it. So far, so good. All right, I forgot. There's a hidden bolt back there. So you have to get that one out. Now, if you've got painted side bumper covers, you definitely want to cover them because you will probably scratch the crap out of them. If they're not painted and they're the rough black, I'd still probably cover them because you may scratch them. So be careful. All right, headlights out, grill out. Now we'll just try watching the video because I can't remember how to take these off. And like I said, these have flimsy mounts, if I remember correctly, and I do not want to damage them because there's no way to engineer how you put these on. So you have to be very careful how to get these off. So that's next. We'll find it. We gotta take it all off. It's somewhere. All right, so you first take these clips out. Where did it go? Oh, there's one way back up under there. We'll find it. There's one right under there.
Yeah.
All right. So take that one out now. Wherever it went, we will find it because we got to take everything else off anyway.
I see it.
All right. Different models are different types. Some of them you just pull when you take the bolts off that are the clips that are around the top, you just yank this thing off. This model's a 08 work truck. I don't know if it's any different, but there are bolts right here that bolt the middle fascia and air dam to the side panel. You have to take these off or you will rip the bumper cover or damage the paint. So that is a must. So you might want to check your model if you're ever changing or doing anything to make sure that it doesn't have the bolts. Okay, so this is what I meant by flimsy. So you got these snapped in with a piece of plastic trim. These are the two main snaps. But these are the hidden bolts that this 08 had. And then there's a bolt there. Now the secret ones that some of them don't show you, and I guess maybe LTs with a different type of bumpers, even though they look the same or different, the two that are hid up under here, which means you have to get all the way up under the truck bumper and get them out here. So just remember, you might have those. This is a work truck. It originally had the old grainy black, non-paintable ones. We bought those, the smooth ones, from an LT so we could paint them. That's probably what the difference is. So just remember to, if you're changing these, just to make sure what you have, or you will, because the guy we watched on the YouTube just grabbed a couple and just ripped them right off. They came off, and I knew that ours didn't do that. So just make sure what you've got before you go ripping anything off. All right, so we got both bumper covers off. Kind of looking a little naked now. So now to get the bumper off, which I've never had off. So hopefully it shouldn't be that hard. And then we'll start putting back the new front end, the new facelift, shall we say, and see how that goes. So we'll see. Okay, finally, it's done. There are two bolts under the air dam, so you need to probably take it off, unless you want to take it off altogether, and I wasn't trying to. So there are two bolts under that to take the bumper off. And tip, do not take these 21mm bolts out because they are the bumper adjuster. So let's tighten them back up. But now to put it all back together. All right, I think so far the toughest thing was putting the new splash guard on. Tip, do not buy Chinese splash guards for $28. The holes do not line up. Luckily it's plastic and you can just re-drill holes and make it work. So, tip. You can re-drill or spend about another 25 bucks and buy one that's probably much better, or a factory one. All right, shiny chrome bumper on. Next, bottom valance. All right, side bumpers are on. That took a little work. I tell you, unless you got the money to buy actual GM parts, be prepared to spend about an hour extra or so manipulating a few holes and making some stuff work and adjusting it a little bit. Because all the holes are there, the same, but some of them aren't in the exact same place or as big. So it takes just a little extra work. Okay. After a couple extra hours-ish of having to manipulate Chinese-made parts to make them work, we got it done. And it looks good. Everything does fit good, Just maybe a couple holes were in the wrong place or wasn't right, but we made it work and it looks good. The only thing I need to do is get a bow tie or change a bow tie. The one I have doesn't fit because since the sport truck days of the 90s and 2000s, I've always done put a skull in my bow ties. Problem is they hang out the back and they bolt in. And I really don't want to have to drill a big hole in the back of this one to bolt it in. So I might come up with something different or modify this one. This is what I was saying about the factory grill versus these aftermarkets. A factory grill, the bow tie is indented so that your factory bow tie fits flush because it sits recessed in there. These grills, when you mount them, these bow ties, when you mount them in, they sit out, so you get that gap right there, which I don't like that. When I bought this grill off eBay, the picture they showed was of one that had a recess. Of course, when I got it, it was this one. I did try to buy about 3 of them off of U-Pick Parts places off eBay, but either the guys on the lot broke them when they were trying to get them off or they were damaged. So I just had to go with a new one. So I just got to come up with something for a bow tie. But other than that, it's done. Looks good. Back to looking like a Chevy truck. Got the new tailgate handle on. That video I'll upload later as well. And can't think of else. I got some other things coming as well. So take it easy, guys. See you later.